Tom lived in an apartment where the walls were as thin as paper. He had one neighbor, Greg, who loved playing the drums. At all hours of the day, Tom would hear boom, bang, crash from the next apartment. It was driving him crazy. One day, Tom decided he'd had enough. He knocked on Greg's door and said, "Hey, Greg, I've got a suggestion. How about you play in a soundproof room? Or better yet, learn to play quieter?" Greg smiled and said, "Tom, I don't play the drums. I'm just trying to teach my parrot to drum. It's a work in progress." Tom stared at him. "You're teaching a parrot to play the drums?" Greg nodded proudly. "Yep, he's got a pretty good beat, but he needs a little more practice." Tom shook his head, still baffled. "Well, I don't care if it's a parrot or a rock band. You've got to keep it down." A few weeks later, Tom heard the drumming again, but this time, it sounded surprisingly good. He knocked again, but when Greg opened the door, he wasn't alone. His parrot was perched on his shoulder, tapping along to the beat. Tom chuckled and said, "Well, I guess you've got a future drummer after all."